know you too. For the people that don't know me, my name is Duke. I go by Zoey Duke. Oh, you just call me Duke because a lot of people know me by Duke. So today I want to give you a quick tutorial onto my business regarding me transform my life to actually making money while I'm sleeping. So yeah, so for you guys that don't know me, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I appreciate you guys watching this video today. And first of all, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, or share this video with a friend or family member, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Your best friend, your boy, your girl. Share it with them. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for the support. And first of all, we got to thank God for everything He done. He continued doing for us in this lifestyle. So yeah, so let me give you a little bit background check before I talk about the subject that I want to talk about. So I started my life. I started out of high school. I was a valet parking attendant. My first job, I worked at Publix, and then I was a valet parking attendant. I worked at this five-star hotel in Miami. When I say five-star fire, I'm talking about where worthy people live in this world. So valet attendants, when I was doing valet attendants assistant, it was a great experience, which is I experienced so much because every day I get to meet wealthy people. And top of that is the most fun part about it was I get to drive all type of luxury cars. When I say all type of luxury cars, I'm talking about the newest year that came out models. People haven't seen. I get to drive it. So I'm telling anyone, man, that fresh out of high school, that don't know what do you want to do yet with your life, you should start being a valet parking attendant because you get to meet so many wealthy, minded, full people. Quality. Remember, quality over quantity. So you get to meet quality people. Valley Tennis was the best that I have. And top of that, another good experience that I have with Valley Parking attendants was customer service. When I say customer service. So you get to build your hospitality lifestyle when you get to apply that into your life. You get to a point for like the loyalty residents that used to come, the loyalty guests. So we always, if they celebrate a birthday, anniversary, whatever it is, so we always give them a gift, a welcome gift, and tell them how we remember. Remember, the guests always like to remember by the name that you know them, you welcome them. When you do that, you welcome them. So we always give them a gift and always tell them how much we appreciate them for having them in here. Yeah, so we move forward. Yeah, so me, that was my journey. I did it until 2018, and then I moved forward. I started driving truck. I was a truck driver. Yes, I was a truck driver. I got my license. I went to school for 3 months. I got my license. That was the toughest job ever. When I say the toughest job ever. So yeah, doing it, they were like the living. I respect all the truck drivers. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there. I respect them. It's not an easy job. When I say it's not easy, it's not easy. So when I did it, I went over the road. I was driving, so I barely had no time to myself, the eating, the living, like everything. So basically, sleeping state to state, no hotel. Sometimes sleep in a truck. Man, it was the toughest experience. But you a man, you gotta tough it out. But I was always in my mind, ever since I came from out of my country, I was always in my mind. I always used to tell myself I was meant for more. It was not just me to come here to be an average regular people. I came with an anger. I was very hungry. I always wanted to know. I always wanted to networking with people. I was the guy that was always curious. Like Les Brown say, you have to be hungry in this life. If you want better for you, you have to be hungry. So it was so many people that I used to hang with. Like you could see after high school, all my friends, it was older than me. It was not everybody was older than me because I wanted to learn and I was hungry for more. So yeah, I go by. So I did trucking, but in my mind, I'm like, that is not my destiny. That's not me. So I wanted business was always my skill. I was always the guy that had something to sell, and I was always the guy with all my friends always talking about, hey, we could flip this, we could flip that, we could flip this, we could flip that. So I always have business in my mind. So yeah, so when the pandemic hit, I started. The crazy thing about it, I was very patient. I was very hungry. I started my own trucking company. I bought myself my first truck. I bought myself another truck. On top of that, and then I went to food trucks. Since I see trucking was so hard, I work 24/7. I have no time to myself. Like I'm always on the go. There was non-stop running. So basically, I told myself this is was not it. And then back 2020, when the pandemic hit, I started doing stock market. I did stock market, and then after so it wasn't going well for me. I ended up losing about $40,000 trying to the stock market. Yes, I had a good run. When I say good run, it was on Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the best stock that I ever purchased. That made me the most money. So and then I'm like, okay, cool. Since Bitcoin made me some money, let me just put some more money in it. So I put $20,000. The 20,000, yeah, it was going, and then there was a hype. I realized how the market worked. It was a hype on Twitter, everywhere on the platform. They were talking about Dogecoin. So I ended up investing almost $25,000 into Dogecoin, which is all that money went down the drain. Dogecoin never did what it was supposed to do, and then that's when I learned a lesson. In life, you're not supposed to be a follower. You have to be a leader. You cannot just want to go on the hype that people talk about. Because if everybody know what they were talking about, they will never try to give it again. So that's one thing I learned through our business. So yeah, the journey started, and then my food truck back in. So I still continued my trucking company. I hired driver. So it's like all the people that I hired. Hey, let me see, Gabby. How are you, Gabby? I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having you. I appreciate you subscribing and watching me right now. So yeah, so back onto the story. So yeah, so I continued the business. I had drivers driving for me. I got a contract with a company in Ohio that called Double Tap Transportation, which is it was good passive income. But the only crazy thing about it was when the truck had problem, I had to pay the drivers. I had to pay for fuels, and then when fuels went higher, oh my God, it was crazy. Like, cause now I really didn't have no money. Back then, if you fuel the trucking load. If a trucker watching this video right now, they will know. $500, you could pick up a load for $3,500 to $5,000, and you could do one fuel for $500. It will fill the tank up. That was back then. Diesel was so cheap. So you see a high profit margin. But when the gas economy went up, oh man, it was $1,200 to fuel the truck. And then you gotta think about it. You got truck maintenance, and you have the driver to pay. You have it was so much to deal with. So by the time you get your check, yeah, you could make almost $16,000 to $20,000. All depend on how your driver works. It's all depend on your driver in a week, and it all depend on your dispatch, how your dispatcher planning your route for you, and the state that they taking you in. Because every state you go, some of the state most of the time don't have work for you like that. And if you don't have a refer trailer, you won't be able to get work anywhere you are. So yeah, I went through that experience. So I'm like, back in 2022, I closed the company down. Your boy hit rock bottom. Hit rock bottom. But the long story behind it was back in 2021, no, 2020, the end of 2020, I met my ex-girlfriend, which is, she do e-commerce. At first we were talking about stuff, we used to talk, and then she do e-commerce. She's like, hey, you're a very intelligent guy. Because the first time we met, she was showing me how she made almost $500,000 selling on Amazon. Half a million to $1 million selling on Amazon. I'm like, oh my God, wow. And then I told her, hey, I have $60,000 cash. I will give it to you right now, and then we could start selling. She's like, no, you're a very smart, intelligent guy. I don't want to just touch your money. Any other female would just take it and do whatever. But she was real for telling me she didn't want to she didn't want to take my money. But instead, she told me she wanted to teach me how to make the money. You always want to learn how to make it instead of like letting somebody feed you. Because the day that person can feed you, or the day you messed up, or the day you have a problem with that person, you're basically, your body is gone. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to eat. So I think she told me that she was very real with it. She like you're very smart, intelligent, and you'll be doing great into business. So I'm like, okay, great. So I sit down, I learned the business, I work it out. Man, I give it my all. When I lost everything back in 2020, 2022, but it was God redirecting my life for better. So God was redirecting me for better. So when that happened, so now I just started reading book. I read book. I was listening to audio book every day. I was basically working on myself. I was going to church. I still go to church. I go to church. I was finding who I was actually is. You understand me? So for the people, so today this video basically about beginners that want to start a business, that don't know where they want to start, or somebody that want to start selling online that do not know where to start. So I want to give you a quick guideline because my first time starting my business, it was at my house. It was at my house. I ordered all the product. I found the vendors. I ordered all my product at my house. You understand me? So, because you know, when you start business, you need capitals. And if you're working with a very low capital, I'm talking about $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you know that cannot get you anywhere. It's as far as you getting a warehouse, as far as you know, it's so much thing you cannot get. The most thing that you can get, you always got to remember, you gotta make it work for what you have. You understand? If you got $100 to your name, if it's just this iPhone that you have, make it work with the iPhone because you could scale out. That's where your skill came from, and that's where your real power came from. That when you could start from the bottom and up. You understand me? So I did it. I ordered my first product in my house. I ordered my product in my house, and I started my store. I started posting online. I started staying up late, watching YouTube videos. Man, I was into it. I was going into it. I was going into it. I was going into it. Until then, like Amazon was great. So back in 2023, I did I did $300,000 in sale. But before I was working for this guy named Chris. Chris was a good guy. I worked for him. I scaled his store to $1 million. That's what ended up making me go back on my own to like do my own business. Even I didn't have much, but I started my store with $8,000. While I was working with him, I saved most of the money that I had. I started my store, like my first biggest purchase was for $8,000. So from China, they sent everything to me. I posted up. Everything was, how you doing, Gabby? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. But yeah, everything was going great. So if you're a beginner that's starting this business, you don't know where to start and how to go, I suggest you work with what you have right now and make it work. Think about a way you could scale this business. So 2022 we did 2023 we did $300,000 in sales, which is that's not the whole year. That party was like 7 months. In 7 months. And then I faced an issue with Amazon. Amazon ended up deactivating my account because they wanted proof of the product. So basically, it's a approval letter. They wanted to see if I'm approved to sell the brand. So that I will be posting videos on it. I will be talking about it, like the process with Amazon. Starting Amazon is a great platform. Don't get me wrong, Amazon is one of the best platforms you could start working with. But it could also be a worst nightmare. When I say it could be a worst nightmare, because now, like then, everything like you could have just found a product and put it on there and sell it with no issue. But now you have to have a brand authorization letter. You have to be approved by the brand itself for you to sell it. Or if you, what's going on, see, we're chilling, man. Thank you for watching, brother. It's not seeing you. But yeah, so if you don't have a brand authorization letter for you to sell on Amazon, I suggest you do not go on there, or unless you know how to do white label or private label. Private label, basically, you own your own brand. On white label, you register as a trademark, you have all your document ready for you able to start selling on Amazon. Because if you do not have that, you set yourself up for failure, because the first 2 3 months will be good, but once Amazon starts seeing so much sale, they will start asking you for this authorization letter. They will ask you about your brand, who is the owner of the brand. And once you cannot approve that, it don't matter how much money that you have on the account, Amazon will basically shut you down. They don't care what it was, they will shut you down. So it's something I will be talking about more. It's something I will be posting more videos on and guide you for you, like for all the people out there that would want to start selling on Amazon or starting online in general. You understand me? So it's something I'll be posting about more. But yeah, but beside that, so now I had to figure my own way out. So that happened. I lost about $50,000 plus. I have like worth of product. I have a lot of worth of product and money that's stuck on Amazon. Amazon never sent to me. I sent them email. I did everything that I had to. They never send that. Which is this kind of hacking a scam. So that, but I realized God would try to redirect me for something better. So what I did was I started my own brand. I started my own brand. Now I have my own website, and I'm partnering with so many platforms. I'm on so many platforms. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about TikTok. I'm even about to start being on Instagram more. I will be on here more, posting more videos, talking about how I started my own brand from scratch and up. So you guys, today that will be most it to the video. I will be here more live, so stay tuned on and see the process. Let's go one with me. And I will also have a class as well for the people that want to start their own brand now. Or that's you need some guidance, you need some help that you've been selling for a while, you need some help, you want to know what's the way to go. I will be your man, which is I have a big network. I have a lot of people that work with me. So it's not just me and the team. There's a lot of people. So stay tuned. I will be having more classes, more videos on here. Hey, one more thing before I go. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or share with a friend or family. You know, somebody that you know that will be needing that information. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. We're the best. See you next time.